Well, howdy, 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 Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. It is raining outside. Not very cold, just kind of chill-ish. Went out like this morning, and was fine. Thumbs up for that. I actually slept. Yay! Not great, but I did sleep. Thumbs up for that. A very good thing. I mean, only about 4 hours in total, but that's better than zero. Hopefully you have slept, and hopefully your day has been starting off good, no matter when you're watching this, on what day or what time. Thumbs up for that. And of course, front-loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be awesome. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be very cool. If you could leave me a comment, that would be double plus good. And I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. Hopefully, I can break through my executive dysfunction and get this list updated, if not today, soon. But each one of these people helps to keep me and my aging pet alive and metabolizing. We both appreciate that very much. And if you would like to help keep me and my aging pet metabolizing, I have links to the Patreon in the video description, along with a PayPal and for any possible donations, and an Amazon wishlist link where you could check that out, because I have things like pet food on it. So thumbs up for that. Yay! And of course, my post office box is going away at the end of this month. So if you do want to send me anything, it has to be quick. Thumbs up for that. But front loading of videos over. Yay! It is a brand new day, and I wish I was centered with my ADHD and my depression, but I'm not. But as I talked with my therapist about it, while I'm not centered, at least I can see the center. You know, I'm not way back 1,000 miles away from it like I was, years back. I can at least see it. So that's a good thing. And hopefully you are doing well as well. Thumbs up for that as well. I'm going to keep saying as well a lot, apparently. Couple things I wanted to talk about. I've got things written down here because I had forgotten that I had only done one half of a Minecraft episode before leaping into Tribes of Midgard. So I still have half of a Minecraft video to edit and render, and then I have the other half of the Tribes of Midgard video to render. So, oops. Yeah, I meant to do that. So, thumbs up. One or the other will be done today, and then the other one will be done tomorrow. I finally, having used up the various things, that makes no sense at all. I made up a character for the game Treasure Awaits. This whole situation with the game Treasure Awaits actually kind of irritates me. It's made by a company that it's like PIG, Pie Games, or Pig Games, something like that. But in 2012, they came out with Ancient Odysseys, Treasure Awaits, and said it was going to be the beginning of a whole line of Ancient Odysseys fantasy role-playing stuff. And then after they came out with the second book, more Treasure Awaits, they haven't done a thing for it, ever. They did some occasional things on their one page on their website so that you can download like more characters, stuff like that, but that's it. There's never been an Ancient Odysseys game. They don't refer to it. They don't make anything for it. They just sell it and then just pretend it doesn't exist otherwise. But it's a good little game, and they still sell it. So and it is fun. And I made up the character, and I'm going to hopefully be running that pretty soon to, the whole physical rolling dice thing here for the channel. After I do the second half, I forgot the guy's name, my D100 character who is back in the dungeons to do the second training mission after having successfully done the first training mission and having survived it. So thumbs up for that. But that was that. That makes sense, and my apologies. Because of my ADHD being largely out of control right now, I am still having issues keeping my thoughts focused. I'm not able to do any big plot issues or trying to get everything really put together all that well with my two projects, but I'm doing my best and trying to work at least on various parts of them. I think about a lot when I'm out walkies, but unfortunately with my ADHD, I forget so much and I try to remember. I do remember most of it eventually. It's just that when I want to talk about it, like right here, I can tell like a tenth of what I've thought about. Life is life though, isn't it? So one of the big things that once again I'm going to go into kind of in depth because I'm pedantic because of where I am on my particular autism spectrum. Remind myself here, I have mentioned that one of the things about the whole inside-outside razor's edge and cryptid stories, the difference is the inside-outside razor's edge are overcoming challenges stories, stories of hope. People go through the meat grinder, they come out the other side, may be broken, but you're triumphant in that you're getting up and going forward. And you may go, oh gosh, that really hurt and I regret what happened, but you've picked yourself up and that's in the past. They are generally stories of hope in that fashion. But the cryptid tale stories are the cryptid stories are the accepting inevitabilities type of stories. You can fight and fight hard against something, but there are stories of how I'm dealing with things like old age and encroaching mortality and such like that. So they're not stories of hope. They're stories of people who are badly broken and are crawling through the mud, barely able to hold things together after having been run through the meat grinder. And they're trying to find a hole into the ground where they can crawl in and lick their wounds in relative peace until the end. They're not happy and friendly stories, although, just like in the Razor's Edge stories, how there are accepting inevitabilities, just in the cryptid tales as well, there are overcoming challenges. There are happy and friendly stories. There are good and positive character arcs for such. It's not just A or B. Everything is shades of gray. So thumbs up on that. But as I've mentioned, one of the things that I do for my characters is I grind the rusty dagger in the wound so that it hurts. And I'm trying to make it hurt and hurt and hurt, but I can't hurt my characters. They're fictional. I can't hurt you because I don't know your pain. I'm just grinding the rusty dagger into my own open wounds. And even last night, coming to terms with that sometimes is a little bit painful. Because once again, I was just thinking to myself about histories, about what I'm doing with my characters, and how much I actually admire and love the characters that I've made of the cryptids. Not necessarily the individuals, but as a people and a species, and how they have to live, and what happens to them. And it is just crushing because I admire them so much. And in my stories, I have to hurt them. I grind them. I beat them. And I crush them until they are hurting so much that I can barely see because I'm crying so hard. I just grind that dagger in there until I break the tip of the dagger off at bone. Part of it is because of accepting inevitabilities. Part of it is I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know why I hurt them so much, and I have to hurt them, especially since, as stated, I like them so much, and it hurts me to hurt them. But still, life is life, isn't it? I'm sure I'll eventually discover, as I've been discovering, why I do this, as I've been discovering why I have been doing things the way I do them. Who knows? We'll find out. Yay! It's a journey of exploration, and thank you very, very much for coming along with me. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. Every year, I look back on my previous year and think, my God, I'm glad I am more awake now, because even this past year I was sleepwalking. Looking back at how I functioned even 5 years back, I was so badly broken. Every single year I look back and think to myself, I was so broken this last year. I'm so glad I'm doing better now. But that's every single year. I am still badly broken. I've been badly broken my whole life. So, yay. And again, thank you very much for coming along with me on this journey of exploration, because I liken it now to, there's that, I can't remember if they still do it or if they did, I think it was Japanese practice of if something is broken, you repair it in such a fashion that you can tell that it has been broken and repaired. The repair being part of its new beauty, and you're acknowledging what happened and going with it. That's kind of me. I'm repairing myself in such a fashion that I can tell I've been broken, and that's my life. But I'm putting myself together in such a way that hopefully by the time that I do perish, I will have approximated the shape that I should have had. Should. Thumbs up for that. And back down to all of this, I have talked about, there's this one character, Cornetto, and Cornetto is basically a physical embodiment of mayhem and chaos that rains down, madness and confusion and death on human and cryptid alike. That just being the type of cryptid they are. At first they were just a shadowy image because they were just gonna die pretty early in the story. But the more that I have figured out who Cornetto is/was, the more I wish I wasn't going to kill Cornetto. I like, quote unquote, I like Cornetto. I've got so much of their personality and more to come that, boy, just slaughtering them is gonna hurt even more. Oh, yay. Because at first, as stated, they just were a friend of another character, and then they die in like the first time you actually ever see them. But the more I've come to see, and the more horrible things that they do, the more the personality comes out. Because Cornetto is not a nice individual. And they get pissed off by, you never know what is going to set Cornetto off. It might be because the sky is this blue today, and damn it, someone's going to pay for that. And so someone will. Now, whether they die or their family dies or their friends die, someone's going to get hurt because Cornetto's pissed that the sky is blue. They are horrible, especially since they love cryptids like the old-time cryptids, the suburban cryptids like Cal Tisdale, this late 70s suburban cryptid who's traveling the countryside. Cornetto loved cryptids like that because they don't take any guff. They've been working on the inside with human beings for a long time, and amongst human beings, we are apex predators, especially among things like business, and especially the American military-industrial complex, where Cal Tisdale cut his teeth for decades working as a contractor. So when you piss someone like Cal off, they are going to hurt you. They're going to hurt you badly. They are going to hurt you so badly you're going to remember this for years, because it may take years of physical therapy before you can function even halfway normally again. They learn a lot on how to hurt people. They don't like to. Cal likes people, loved people, was married to a people, is still mourning the passing of their human wife, like 2 decades later. But they will hurt you so bad. It is a life-changing event. And not Calvin, Cornetto just loves that. As well, they also really admire and feed into the type of human being with their third eye opened who feels nothing but contempt for normal human beings. I've talked about so far, there's like one of the captains of an Uncle Bonbon ship is Captain Moore. And Captain Moore is in his late 40s, but with his third eye opened and actually being able to access a touch more of what he should have as a cryptid, but isn't because he didn't transition into cryptidhood, so is still just a human with their third eye open. But even in their late 40s, they can still take on early 20s cryptids, because this person takes out a competing captain who is in their 20s. Fighting a cryptid, you're at a disadvantage in the first place. Fighting a young cryptid with very good reflexes, you are in the, oh, they might have this much percentage chance of winning. But Captain Moore, it's close, as always. He's still just human, but his knife goes in and rips that cryptid captain's throat out. Captain Moore is tough, but Captain Moore also feels nothing but absolute contempt for normal humanity. His third eye has been open since he was young. These people that he works with, normal human beings, their third eyes are shut. They might as well be glued shut. They aren't people. They aren't people. They're cattle. They're livestock. Being eaten is why they're here. It's what they're for. It's all they're good for. Filling cryptid bellies and giving real people like him a good taste. But people? No. And Cornetto loves people like that, because they're like wind-up toys. You just keep feeding into this, and they just get cranked tighter and tighter and tighter until you feed them enough, then they're gonna go off like a wind-up toy, and a whole bunch of people are gonna end up hurt or dead. And oh boy, Cornetto loves that. A little bit of effort for a huge payoff. So yeah, Cornetto, I don't want to kill Cornetto, but Cornetto's gonna die. And Lynn Tanner, the urban, well, they are an urban legend, wandering stranger, serial killer type of cryptid who was their friend. This is the beginning of the end for them. When Cornetto dies, Lynn Tanner feels the horror and regret and wishes his friend wasn't dead. And this is not something that most cryptids feel. And starts the cascade where he begins to regret the last cryptid he ate. And then he begins to regret the last place where he worked as a serial killer cryptid. And he knows he's going to keep regretting stuff going back. And the regret and shame of having eaten the one cryptid was bad and crushing. And he's not sure he can survive it. And now he's regretting, well, there are 1,000 and more deaths at the last job that he went and did. And he's pretty sure he's not going to be surviving that. So thumbs up. They get crushed and they get crushed and they get crushed. You gotta kick your characters into the alligator pit and see who crawls out the other side uneaten. And you just keep doing it, kicking them in there until fewer and fewer and fewer of them make it out the other side. And those that do are badly, badly wounded. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count American Sign Language, well, but let's put air quotes around works. We have Stephen Blanchard, thumbs up, thank you. And at least Tribes of Midgard, the version I have is off Steam. There is Jesse Koskinen. Good to see you in the comments. And yeah, I'm hoping to get hold of my nephew. My computer put together, and I'm just afraid that I'll blow it up with my shaky hands. It's been a long time since I've put a computer together, unfortunately. Samara R, thumbs up. Thank you much. Greatly appreciated. Floramu. I've had a lot of practice at being an idiot. It's something that is easily done. JAYY, thumbs up, thank you. And oh boy, I know the feeling of waking up exhausted. Oy. There is Chris, greatly appreciated, thumbs up, and here's a hoping. Shinra, greatly appreciated, and I love the game Tribes of Midgard. It is fun. We have, let's see, the RJ Mitchell, thumbs up, thank you much, greatly appreciated. And we have Brutish Wing 2.0, thumbs up, and apparently my videos help with their tinnitus /tinnitus, so that's a good thing. And Cake, thumbs up, thank you very much, each and every one of you. 10 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. You get me out of my head, into the world, and dealing with real people. Thumbs up and thank you. It is appreciated to no end. This is like a spotlight in my face. I'm getting rid of that. There we go. Yay. Well, son of a gun, I'm going to try and make some calls today. I tried yesterday to call my genetic father, and I couldn't break through my executive dysfunction. The thing is, I even recognize, I tell my kids when I can, I'm old and getting older. If you want a relationship with me, you need to do it now, because I don't want you to be older and thinking to yourself, gosh, I wish I had done this. And yet, I can't call my genetic father to make a relationship before he passes. It's fun being human. So, if people are getting sick where you are, please try taking precautions. If people are getting hurt where you are, again, please try taking appropriate precautions. And if you're out walking and you hear the mournful howl of the bus horn, the bus with your name on it, yeah, don't bother looking for a ticket. It's not coming to pick you up. It's coming to smack into you and smear you against some part of the landscape. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing.